Hey viewers, welcome to episode 0.1 of Creeper's Lab. I'm Windrider739, formerly R. Purdue from the Port Townsend video, and I'll be your tour guide this evening. We've needed a comprehensive introduction and tutorial video for a while now, and I've finally decided to get around to making it. We want this to be the first thing that people see when they visit our YouTube channel, because we really feel that it will help new players get acquainted with our server. So today, I'm going to do my best to walk you through the basics, starting with a brief description of our server and what sets it apart from the others. From there, we'll move on to the process of getting whitelisted so that you can join us. I'll give you a quick tutorial on getting started on Creeper's Lab, and then finish off with an overview of all the perks and plugins that are specific to our server. If you're here for specific information, you can find the video times that contain the data in the video description below. Let's get started, shall we? Creeper's Lab is a survival mode only server. There are no mods or client-side plugins for you to install. Players are not allowed spawned items or teleporting except in the case of special events, glitches, or crashes. We do our best to provide a fun, family-friendly atmosphere that everyone can enjoy. Our players range from the ages of 4 to 70. We have an outstanding community of active, helpful, and friendly players. We are a bucket server, and it is our policy to only use stable updates. As such, we often lag a few weeks behind major updates. Now that the 1.6 launcher is out, you no longer have to wait to update your Minecraft client, but if the server has not installed a stable copy of the latest version, you will have to select an older version to play with us. While this is sometimes an inconvenience, it has helped to make us one of the most stable and consistent servers available. We've been up and running since Minecraft's official release on November 11th, 2011. We've never had to restart the world fresh, and we have no intention of doing so in the foreseeable future. This means that anything you make here at Creeper's Lab will be around for a very long time. In addition to our stability, we also boast a great deal of protection against griefing. While griefers come to every server, we pride ourselves on our ability to quickly dispose of them and repair or replace any property damaged or stolen. We have many measures in place to ensure the safety of our players, from stats, logs, and records, to full-on player protection so that only specified players can access certain areas. In addition to this, regular backups of the entire server are made, and staff titles like Helper and Op are only handed out to a select and trusted few, and only when needed. So now that you know a bit about our server, let's work on getting logged in. In order to get whitelisted, the first thing you'll want to do is go to creeperslab.net and click on the Forum tab. This will take you to the interordi.com message board where you'll need to register an account. Click the Register button next to User Options at the top left of the screen. Here, you'll want to create a username and sign up with a valid email address. Note that you will not receive ads or newsletters from Creeper's Lab or Interordi, and we do not share your information with anyone. The rest of the profile information is completely optional, but we do encourage you to fill it out. Click Save to finish. You'll receive a confirmation message, and from here you'll want to go to your email. You should have received an email from interordi.com. On rare occasions, this message may be sent to your spam folder. Open the message and click on the activation link. This will take you back to the forums where you'll need to log in and click Edit Profile. Lastly, click on the Your Networks tab on the left of the screen and enter your Minecraft username in the appropriate box. Please note that your username is what appears above your head in the game and not the email address that your account is attached to. Click Save. Now that the hard part is done, it's time to enter the server. Go back to creeperslab.net and click on the Server tab. A little ways down the screen you'll find our IP and port information. Simply copy this information into the server address box in Minecraft and log in. A few people in the past have taken issue with the fact that we have this whitelist procedure, saying that it's too much trouble to register. While it is a slight inconvenience, keep in mind that if you can't just pop in with a single click, neither can anyone else. Most griefers have the attention span of a gnat and won't take the extra 2 minutes to sign up. This whitelist procedure is in place to protect you and preserve the fun of the game. The whitelist registration alone has seen to it that we get about as much trouble from griefers in a year as some servers get in a day. So, now that you're logged into the server, what do? Well, unless something has gone horribly wrong, you should find yourself in spawn, in our main town, Central. Just outside of the spawn point, you'll find a community message board. Here, you can place want ads, offer your services to other players, or read notifications. If you look to your right, you'll see the Central Community Center. Here, you'll find public beds, furnaces, workbenches, and food that you can use until you get settled. There's also a public farm. If you look back to your left and follow the path around, you'll find the Grand Central Station. This station connects to most of the server's communities all over the world by rail. However, if you're not in the mood to take the scenic route, you can head around to the back of the station and take the quicker option through the Nether. Congratulations, you're now a part of the Creepers Lab server. Now that you're here, I'd like to take a few minutes to show you some of the cool things that we have going on. The first of which is our dynamic map. Because our server is so large and growing all the time, we've implemented a dynamic map. This is accessed by going to creeperslab.net and clicking on the Map tab. You can move the map to view different areas by clicking and dragging. You can zoom in and out with the mouse wheel. Dragging the cursor to the right edge of the screen causes a menu to pop out. The first thing you'll notice in this menu is that players on the server have their names and icons listed toward the bottom. Clicking a player will cause the map to automatically center on that person. Above the players, you'll see some blocks. These represent the maps of the Overworld, the Nether, and the End. Clicking the left column of blocks will cause the map to switch to their respective worlds. Clicking on the right column of blocks switches the map to 3D mode, allowing for a bit more detail. Finally, hovering your cursor over any point on the map will display its coordinates at the top left of the screen. On the Creepers Lab, wearing a pumpkin on your head causes it to function as a diving helmet, allowing you to breathe underwater indefinitely. In addition to allowing you to remain underwater for longer periods of time, it makes hunting for clay as well as building underwater structures a lot easier. Another cool plugin we have is the Myriad Axe. While this plugin is enabled, cutting a wood block out of a tree will cause all wood blocks above it to fall as well. If you knock out the bottom block of a tree, it will automatically plant a sapling where the tree was. Just make sure you have it turned off around structures made of wood, or terrible things could happen. I once built a tree touching the block limit with the intention of putting a city inside of it. I used my axe to knock out a window, and over 2,000 wood blocks came falling down around me. It was a terrible day. Myriad Axe can be activated and deactivated by typing /MAON. This is an acronym for Myriad Axe On, but it functions to turn the plugin off as well. If you played Minecraft 1.8, you remember what a pain in the butt Endermen were. They tore chunks out of everything, and no block was safe. Since then, they've been toned down, but they still wreak havoc on the landscape. Likewise, creepers and ghasts just blow the heck out of everything. Not here. Creepers Lab doesn't allow mobs to move or destroy blocks, so even if Noob McDummy decides to get blown back to Alpha in your yard, your rose garden will be just fine. For those of you who are a bit more competitive by nature or just enjoy the occasional challenge, we also have an achievement system built into the server. To my knowledge, we are the only server that has this. This entire system was actually written by our administrator, the glorious Dr. Cossack. The server keeps track of the things that you do, from creating and destroying blocks to killing zombies and even visiting special locations on the server. These achievements are updated every 30 minutes and can be viewed on your stream on the forums. Just go to creeperslab.net, click on the forum tab, log in, and click on your stream. As of this recording, there are 100 achievements in all. And if you're the fun-loving or competitive type, you'll love this. Every Saturday night, Dr. Cossack disables item drop and experience loss on death and turns on a set of teleporters for easily moving about the server. These teleporters lead to PvP arenas, shooting galleries, spleef arenas, racing tracks, and more where you can compete against others for fun, bragging rights, and occasionally, prizes. Lastly, let's talk about personal protection. The best way to prevent theft or griefing is to make sure your belongings are properly stored and locked. When you place a door, chest, or other interactive block, it is automatically set with a public tag, which allows anyone to interact with it. To change this, we need to first remove the public tag. Type /c remove and then punch the item. Now the item has no tags associated with it. To make a door or chest openable only with a password, type /c password and then type what you want the password to be. Then punch the item. Now only people with the password can access this item. Alternatively, you can put a solid private tag on it, allowing only you to interact with the item. Do this by typing /c private and punching the item. If you want only specific users to have access to the item, but you don't want to bother with passwords, you can type /c private and then add usernames to the command. Just add a space between each separate user. I hope you enjoyed this video, and on behalf of the whole server, I'd like to say that I hope we see you out there. This has been Windrider739 for the Creepers Lab server. Allow me to play you out.